World of Extra. So yes, you guys, this is my first video at my new place. But actually, I just moved like 2 days ago and we are leaving right away. You guys have read the title. I am going to my dad's today. And we actually don't have a lot of time, so let's get going. I know this video is insane, but this is not clickbait. I'm actually
all right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. This is a request from The Geek Life. I think it's The Geek Life. And if y'all know that he's or she, I'm not sure, has requested a few different videos in the past. And this one is called Coming Out to My Homophobic Dad. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I don't have any experience on this. I hope that had I had a child that you know, was like that I would be acceptable, and I know I would. Like I've said before, I mean, your child is somebody you should love regardless of what they do. You know, forget about everything else. If your child robbed a bank, obviously you might not agree with it, right? I mean, but you shouldn't love them any less, you know. And I don't even know if that's a good enough analogy, that you should love your child regardless of what they choose to do in their life. If they're not bothering somebody else, hurting somebody else, or whatever, then just embrace it. You know, that's all you should do. You're a parent, you know, not a judge. Yeah, that'll be left up to whoever, whenever, someday. But it ain't us. I love my kids and my grandkids unconditionally, and yeah, man, I hope you all do too. So we're gonna watch this. I hope that the dad is accepting. It's gonna be a shock to him, just like it would be to me, or to you know, probably to y'all too, if that happened. But you get over it, you know. That's his. You know, you get over it. You give him a hug and you dust them off and tell them everything's going to be okay, and you're there to support them in whatever they want to do. All right? It's not about you, it's about them. Let's get to it. Oh, got to turn on.
So yes, you guys, this is my first video at my new place. But actually, I just moved like 2 days ago and we are leaving right away. You guys have read the title. I am going to my dad's today. And we actually don't have a lot of time, so let's get going. I know this video is insane, but this is not clickbait. I've actually been thinking about this for like the last few months. I've really just been feeling so distant from my dad. And I feel like this is just really necessary for us to get back to having any type of relationship at all. When I tell you he knows almost nothing about me, it's not an exaggeration. He doesn't know I got jaw surgery. He doesn't know I moved. He doesn't know I'm a YouTuber. He doesn't know I'm gay, which we will fix. He doesn't even know I got a perm. Like, he knows nothing about me. Is it bold if for this video I wore this? Okay, maybe not, because I want to tell him instead of like him seeing it. Okay, maybe this is giving a little bit of LGBTQ, but without, you know, making it too obvious for my dad. But yeah, as I was saying, I just want to like fix our relationship somehow. I mean, at the end of the day, he's still my dad. And like, I don't want him out of my life, you know. But of course, it's gonna depend on how he's gonna react to everything I'm gonna tell him. I know it is gonna be pretty overwhelming for him because I'm gonna be telling him literally everything. But I think it's just what I need to do. He not only doesn't know anything about me, but he doesn't know anything about anyone in his family at this point. He doesn't know Stewie's living alone. He doesn't know my mom's doing YouTube. So yeah, he's really distant. I guess we just learned how to be avoidant because he's never reacted well to anything we tell him. All my brushes just fell. Also, I'm going for Christmas, by the way. Because he's not gonna be with anyone for Christmas, I wanna be there for him for Christmas. And I don't know, like I said, he's still my dad, you know? I honestly don't know how it's gonna go when I tell him I'm gay. I don't think I'm gonna tell him I have a boyfriend yet, because I think he's literally gonna freak out. It is what it is. Like, this is the defining moment, like how our relationship's gonna go. I'm gonna be hanging out with him all weekend, and at some point at night, probably after dinner or something, when we're just like chilling, I'm just gonna tell him. I'm just gonna say everything. I'm excited, but also really nervous. I don't know why I'm so excited, but let's get going, I guess. Can't forget my anxiety.
All right, man, let me stop it right there. If you're a parent, you are in tune with your kids. You know, everybody says this is not a choice, this is what you were born with, right? you can't tell me a grown man with a son or a daughter how this young man is talking and how he's acting, and you can't say that. If he lived under his dad's roof, and he may not have, he said he's going to go visit his dad for Christmas because his dad doesn't have anybody. So dad may be, dad and mom might be divorced, and he might not have raised this kid. I don't know, but I'm just saying that he's not my son, and if he hadn't have told me, I would have already guessed he was gay. Just by his mannerisms. All right, let's go. I know I'm trying to be neutral on this because this is a reaction channel, and everybody's wanting to see my reaction. They're wanting to see if this Texas guy just loses his freaking mind over this kid being gay. It's not going to happen. It's everybody gets to choose what they want to do in life. You just ain't got to force it on me. But if that's what you want to do, brother, you or sister, either one, knock yourself out, man. I've got no say-so in it, and I've got no feelings in it. You love who you want to love. Just don't make me want to celebrate your lifestyle or somebody else's lifestyle, or I'm not going to make you celebrate my lifestyle. Do whatever you do with your personal life. Do it for you. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for somebody else. That's my whole thing about, and it's not just gay people. It's other people too. Live the way you want to live. Just don't force it on me to celebrate you. And I won't. And I won't do that to you as well. I won't force you to talk with a Texas accent. I won't force you to wear a cowboy hat. I won't force you to wear boots. I'm not going to put it in your face and say, because you don't wear boots, then you and I can't be friends. I'm not going to do it. I would be friends with this kid in a minute. I would, or anybody else in that community. I have no problem being friends with these young people, or even middle-aged people and older people who prefer to live like that. Has no bearing on me. It doesn't change my life one way or the other. So if they needed something and I had it, they're welcome to it. So let's get back to it.
Medication for this festivity, because I don't know what my dad's gonna do, and I don't want to back out from this plan, so I need to get my anxiety medication so I can actually say everything. Mama, 行ってきます。なんか言いたいことある？なかったらそう帰ってきて。
Japanese.
止まんなくていいから。パパのことは言うの僕。何も言わない。自分のことだけど。World of Mama は言わないね。言わないよ。Okay, 言わない。The absolute worst case scenario, like the worst thing that could happen, he would beat me up, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So the second worst thing that could happen is he screams at me, or he tells me to pray, he invalidates my sexuality, he tells me to sin, blah blah blah. In that case, I'll just leave. Honestly, I don't know why, but I kind of feel hopeful actually. I don't feel like we're gonna have any fight or anything over this. I think he's just gonna accept it. I feel like because of the distance, like he misses us so much that he would just like accept. I don't know if he's gonna accept it, but he would just like tolerate it. But we'll see what happens. I'm in Shinagawa Station right now. I think Shinagawa Station is probably my favorite station in Tokyo. It's so pretty. I remember coming here for the first time when I just landed in Tokyo, because one of the trains here connect directly to the airport. And I was like, oh my god, this is such Tokyo vibes. Like Shinagawa is just so pretty. There's like nothing to do in Shinagawa, but it's just pretty. This is also one of the major stations that has the bullet train. The Shinkansen is right there. So I'm just gonna go get the tickets.
Now checking. Please wait.
I got my ticket. My bullet train doesn't leave for another 30 minutes. So let me show you what Shinagawa looks like. Like I said, there's literally nothing to do here because it's all office buildings, but it's so pretty. I ended up sleeping in the Shinkansen. I'm so tired, but I'm now so nervous. I don't know what to do. I've been like sitting here for the last 5 minutes because I don't want to go out yet, but my dad's waiting for me. He's gonna pick me up from the station. I think he's already outside. Give me your powers now, Fuji. Just give me your powers. Okay, let's just go. Let's just get this over with. Wait, you guys, it's just thinking that he's probably not even gonna be able to recognize me because of my perm hair and my jaw surgery. What if he doesn't recognize me? Okay, let's just fucking do this. Wait, what the fuck? I don't know. I think I see his car. Hello.
ティモスカダオさん。
そうなの Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Genki desu ka?
Ba't nagpunta ka sa Amerika na?
So, Genki. Papa, パーマした?パーマしたでしょ僕パーマしたよ
なんだいつなのそれ
何が
Come on, Dad, suck it up.
そうなんだよ
We are at this restaurant called Sawayaka. It's apparently really famous and a lot of people from Tokyo come here as well. I saw the Google review and it was like 4,000 or 5,000 reviews and it's like 4.5 stars or something crazy. Like my dad went to the bathroom. Everything's been going well so far. My dad has just been talking about the Ukraine and Russia war and just like where he stands and stuff. Just like talking about political things. It's just been kind of quiet in the car. But he's just like asking me things and like what I do for my career and stuff. But you know, it's been good. We've been having a lot of fun. But I can't wait for tonight when I come out to it. But yeah, he's just been telling me to like pray and like always thank Jesus for all the blessings I have and stuff. I've never paid for my dad, so I think I'm gonna pay. He doesn't know that I'm gonna pay, but I will. お願いします。
ごちそうさん
はい、ごちそうさまです。
ありがとうございました。
Parang sikat din ako kapag nakakasama kita ba
Lol.
feeling
Lol.
Nakuutok na naman ako dun sana sorry
Yada! Papa, meron akong secret. Bukit ko siya
Typical dad stuff.
Mama to.
Mama to?
The fun thing to do is if you got a car full of women, that's all of my family except for me, is you lock all the windows and then you do it, but you don't tell anybody. You just wait for the reaction. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to throw that in there. So Dad's got a pretty good sense of humor, and I think that's great. And I hope he, I hope he doesn't let down this kid. Oh my Lord, man, now I got anxiety. Just be a dad,
Alam mo saan?
Hindi
Shibuya.
本当渋谷に行ってるの
So,
di ba yung napuntahan ko na yan?
違うよ。これ、
変わったの
2 floors なの。さ、渋谷。
いくら払えるの
一人で払ってる。
That's a
そんな
dad.
にもうインカムになってんのだってまだセラキュレーションになってないじゃんビジネスだって
He doesn't know what I'm filming for, by the way. He thinks I'm just like talking to the camera for no reason. But we're looking for a perfume store. Okay, we just found a perfume. いいよ、買ってあげるよ。
うそHow lucky I am to take my son in my
I like this dad. Man, I got so much anxiety because I'm just praying that he does right by this kid.
25もまだあるんですよ
メリークリスマスだからね。
Thank you so muchさん
ありがとうございます。メリークリスマスパパ。
本当にメリークリスマスタイムありがとうございます
何してんのHe loves it. My dad never comes to Starbucks and he wants something sweet, so I'm gonna get him a gingerbread latte. ダブル抹茶ティーラテのトールを一つ、ソイミルクに変更で、あとジンジャーブレッドラテのアイス。ありがとうございます。レディーガガです。はい。はい。ありがとうございます。
How to invest money tapos lagi nang tumatawag ito ba India ba怪しいな
それスカムだよ。
tapos kapag wala nagsisearch na ba institution on how to invest money kahit yung mga lang
それは絶対。
tapos
Let me pause this just for a minute. I can see the English subtitles, and maybe that's. I should have done this earlier probably, but I wasn't thinking. Let me move this up. So hopefully y'all can see the subtitles from here on out. Yeah, let's continue this.
Nag-enter lang ako ng name at saka phone number at saka email address. Lagi naman tumatawag. My first time. Always always every day. Itadakimasu. Kanpai. Itadakimasu. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, son. これ見て見て 1.9 thousand ですよ。ちょっと見て。
My dad's currently in the supermarket to pick up some things. I'm waiting in the car. We've actually been having so much fun today, just talking a lot. And when we were at the restaurant, he was like apologizing for a lot of things. We had a really good conversation actually. He was basically apologizing for not being there for us when we were younger. He said that was the biggest regret of his life. He wasn't present for us in our childhood and stuff. I told him it's not entirely bad because of that, we are more like independent and we are more able to do things by ourselves. But he was saying like there are like negative aspects and negative effects of that to us as kids, which is true. But yeah, he was almost like crying at the restaurant. He was apologizing for it, and I really appreciated that actually. So after that, when we were just like hanging out, I was able to tell him about a lot of things. Like I told him about my jaw surgery, and he was so supportive. He was like, oh my god, you look so good. He also apologized for reacting negatively to a lot of the things we always tell him, and he said that he noticed that we are very distant because of the way he reacted to things and stuff, and he's like apologizing for that. He was also saying how grateful he is that I came here, and this is such a productive trip for our relationship, and I do agree. I also told him that I moved apartments, and he was really happy for me. I was so surprised. Something I had to call him out on that he reacted really well to. We were looking at glasses, and he was like, I don't want to go there because a lot of women work there. And I was like, what do you mean a lot of women work there? That's exactly the mentality that my mom doesn't like. You can't say things like that. And he was like, oh, right, you're right. I'm sorry. He literally said, that's gender inequality, huh? Boy, you know? So yeah, everything has been going well. He went as far as to saying this is the best Christmas ever, which I think was so sweet. But yeah, the biggest thing I have to tell him though, me being gay, it's gonna happen after dinner. But yeah, let's see what happens. I'm gonna try to film the entire thing. I asked him to drive me to a convenience store because I need some alcohol. I just need something to loosen me up.
Oh man.
Ikaw?
Oh shit. Man, I'm really apprehensive, y'all. Because he's, I don't know how old this kid is now, but he wants his father's approval, or at least his father's understanding. And he went a long way on a train, and bullet trains. Fast story here. When I was in second and third grade, I lived in Iwakuni, Japan. My dad was also a Marine, and he was stationed at Iwakuni as the station adjutant. That was in, I want to say, 68, 69, and we came back in 70. That's what my memory is. And I bring that up because in third grade, outside of our little compound where we lived, there was just like a convenience store, but that's not what they called it back in the late 60s. And you had to cross the train tracks to get to it. And I'm in third grade, and I don't know if I was by myself or with other kids, but we were going to go to that store from where we lived, and we had to cross these train tracks, walk across these train tracks. And I didn't look both ways. I'm third grade, and I don't know how it happened, but I had walked all the way up to those train tracks, fixing to cross them when a bullet train came by. In other words, it came by. That's the first time I saw it. Being a little kid, it would literally 1 foot, one step more, and that train would I'd have been a hood ornament on that bullet train. And I understand that they go like 70 or 80 miles an hour. I could be wrong, but I'm telling you, they freaking haul ass in Japan. So that kid got on a bullet train to go, he's taking all this time to go talk to his dad. And man, I'm going to be crushed sitting here in my little woodshed if dad acts a fool and hurts his kid's feelings. So, man, I'm already invested in. We've still got 5 minutes left. Let's go. Let's get to it. Come on, Dad. Don't fail us now.
言って言って何でも言って
OK 昔から思ってんのね僕そう昔からパパに話したいことがあるの
言って言って
そうでどうやって言うか分かんないのパパに昔から、でもパパも知ってると思うの、
何でも言って I will understand talaga kahit ano I already changed na hindi na yung dating pagkatao ko.
You can do this.
パパに言わないと I think hindi gaganda yung relationship natin.
言ってんの何でも言って
でもパパはクリスチャンじゃん。
あ、多分そういう言葉クリスチャンになるとyour gender 関係
いやジェンダーは違う、ジェンダーは違う、そう
言って言って、大丈夫salamat talaga i-complete mo na yung time na nagkita tayo mga ganito na is about our good relationship to the future and the present ba if ever na ma-think mo na ganyan.
Come on, dude, just do it.
You are very, very intelligent son. Gusto ko talaga marinig talaga yan mga anak ko yan mga bako. Yute. Yung anak ko matagal na pala yan na gusto kong sabihin. Kaya mo lang sasabihin.
So,
sabihin mo. Bakit pa ka lolo ka? Matagal mo ng ano? Kaya sabihin mo naman.
ito yung ano mo pa, yung number one thing siguro na parang hindi ko kayang magsabi ng kahit ano sa'yo. Accept してくれないと思うから。
You are my son.
You know what? I'm thinking might happen here. This kid has lived in this turmoil for so long. You can see it on his face. It may be the thing that where dad is just going to say, son, I knew the whole time. I just didn't want to say anything, but some along that nature. And I could be wrong here, but again, as a parent, I don't know how close they were growing up, but I know my daughters. If they don't tell me, I'm gonna know. So is the mother. The mothers are gonna know. So, man, let's get back to it.
Sinabi ko na nga sa'yo na I changed already my life. I changed already.
でも昔なんかメロメカsinabi about neto. So naisip ko na hindi ko masasabi sa'yo.
Hindi ko naman alam na ikaw yun. Hindi ko naman na ini-expect na ikaw na pala yung kaharap kong ganyan. Na masasaktan sa mga sinasabi. Sabihin mo na sa
みんなに
That's a good dad.
昔から。もう5年前から言ってるよ。
ステルに
みんなに。
私は言ってないで。
パパにだけ言ってないの。
言ってんの。
そうだから
mas maganda yan kapag nasabi mo na pala sa kanila wala nang problema.
そうみんなにアクセプトしてくれてるし僕も自分全然問題ないと思ってる。
自分だったらね。
そうだよ。
いいじゃん。
でも勘違いしてほしくないんだよ。
そう言って
そう
I'm only human being ba? Malaki talaga yun na yung hindi ko na observe yung paglaki mo. Di ba? At least na-open ko kanina ba?
So, kanina nga yung mga pinag-usapan natin, naisip ko na pwede ko nang masabi sa'yo yung mga ganito.
Amen.
だから引っ越したことも言ったじゃん。kasi parang wala akong masabi sa'yo eh.
Ne. So, hindi ko naman nakalain siguro kung masasaktan ikaw.
でもそう。
じゃあ言って、はっきり言って、そこまで言ったらさ。accept man kita na. Whatever the problem, kahit ano pa siguro.
でもkasalananじゃないよ。 そう飾らなんて思ってほしくないの。
いいじゃん。
僕はボーイだけど、僕ゲイなの。
Come on,
Mayroon
Dad.
ka rin boyfriend ngayon? Mayroon ka rin girlfriend ngayon? Ano? Amy?
Girlfriend はいない。
May boyfriend ka ngayon? Iya dyan.
Oh man, good.
May kasalanan dyan na yun. Hindi mo naman magkasalanan, hindi mo naman magiging kasalanan. Kasi yun man yung ano, pag-create ng Panginoong Diyos sa iyo. So I will not condemn you kasi there is a creator higher than me. How could I condemn you? Sa mo, wakati mo yung hanay ka. Yung bang sabihin ko sa iyo na ano, yung gusto mong patayin kita kapag kabakla ka eh. Worldly man yung naiisip ko pa noon, hindi ako Christian noon. Hindi ko pa kilala talaga na there is a creator of God na yung nasisisi ko man, iyon ang pagkaano sa iyo. Siguro itong conversation na ito, it's not a kind of, I will understand you, but I can accept you. As my son, as my special son, I will accept you, son.
子供の時から知ってるよ僕。
あ、そう。もう自分であ、そうなんだ。
もう昔から。
あ、そう。
多分Madrigal ni ito ka.
Ah, so, ang gusto mo talaga ng lalaki, gano'n?
So, pero dati hindi ko rin ma-accept.
Ah, kuto mo kasuin na iskis na rin, no? Na hindi mo talaga yung gusto yung babae.
Madami beses ko na rin tinaray kasi parang ganyan na yung tinuro ng mga tao, di ba, na ano, kasalanan or hindi maganda. Tinaray ko rin dati na parang i-change yung sarili ko, pero gusto na ko ito dekinay.
So, malaki din pala yung naging problema mo na hindi mo masasabi din sa akin.
そうだよ。
Na umuwi, ganyan, umuwi. Tsaka kam. Kami na siya. Salamat na ka. Sabi mo sa ano? Dahil baby sa. Salamat na sa ano. Sabi mo karang ka ng lakas. So, pray ko na ibabalik na yun natin. Pray na gusto nila kasi.
All right.
Hi, Zan. My name is Dan.
Sorry.
Welcome.
Yeah. Whew, man, I was really worried for that kid, but I had high hopes for Dad to be a dad. You know, like I said at the beginning of this, you have to be a parent. You know, regardless of what your kids choose to do, you have to be a parent. The last story I will tell you all is one of the police chiefs here locally, who was the police chief right before I hired on. So when I hired on to the police department, he had just resigned from being the police chief, and a new police chief had taken his place. But I knew him, and I don't want to mention any names, but you know, he was a police officer in Dallas PD. In fact, he guarded one of the doors of the Dallas PD, one of the entryways into the basement where Lee Harvey Oswald was assassinated by Jack Ruby. You know, for if y'all don't know, down in Oz, down under, that one of our presidents, John F. Kennedy, was assassinated in 1963, and he was assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald. They had him in cuffs, and they took him to the Dallas PD, which was a multi-story building with a basement, a drive-in basement where they parked the police cars, and they took him upstairs into one of the interview rooms, and they interviewed him or interrogated him, however you want to look at it. And they brought him back down, and they were going to transfer him to the county jail, which is just a couple blocks over. And there was a bunch of reporters in the basement, and there was two accesses to the basement, two driveway accesses. And this person was assigned as a young police officer, brand new rookie, to ensure no one came in that way. And Jack Ruby, who made entry into the basement, was able to assassinate Lee Harvey Oswald. And during his interview, he told them that he came in through the exit that this police officer was at, the police officer that I know. And apparently the police officer's attention was directed somewhere else at that moment, even though he was still in the driveway, making sure people didn't come in and out. I think he was talking to a detective or something, had stopped outside or whatever. And when he did, according to Jack Ruby, he scooted on down there and he was able to assassinate John F. Kennedy. I don't know, so that guy, that police officer, ended up having a long career in police. And in 97, when I hired on with the police department, he had just resigned from this police department as the police chief. His son was raised, all his life under a household of a career police officer, and was one of the biggest criminals, dopers, whatever you want to call it, in this county. And I even arrested him at one time. But that has nothing to do with the parent. None of this, like this kid right here, whatever the parent did and however the parent raised him, has nothing to do what he chose to do with his life. Now, I know this police chief, he was a friend of mine. I know he personally loved his son, although his son was a dirtbag. But as a father, he still loved him. Didn't like what he did, but loved him because it was his blood. All right. So I'm so glad that, this guy's dad ended up embracing him and just telling him everything's going to be okay. Because at the end of the day, I don't care how old you are, that's what you look for in your father. You always go through your whole stinking life, trying to make your father proud of you for a lot of us, and that's what he wanted. He just wanted he sequestered himself from his dad because of what his dad had said years before about the homosexual community, and he felt like he couldn't tell his dad, and I think that's terrible. I feel my daughters and granddaughters can tell me anything, and I think they know that. Yeah. So this is one of them, man, that will tug at your heartstrings if you look at it from a parent standpoint. All right, y'all, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for showing up. And till I see y'all again, I'll catch you down the road. All right, y'all, I'm out of here.